All right. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart here in the Fox 19 Streaming Center. Sorry, a little late. Was trying to hunt down a picture at the last second and did not have time this morning because I figured today, you probably heard us talk about it all morning. We were talking about how it was Donut Day outside, but that was because the women that took over the treats for the soldiers out there to celebrate D-Day. It is the anniversary, June the 6th, of D-Day over in Europe. Let's talk a little weather. It's the 81st anniversary of D-Day. So that is today's weather number because, believe it or not, I think weather was one of the biggest parts of this. And it really goes down to this guy. You might not have ever heard of him. His name is Captain James Stagg of the Royal Air Force. He had a whole team around him. I'm just going to go and rip this right off of the Wikipedia page. Oh, hold on. I'm not even showing you the right thing. Give me a second. It's amateur hour here. It's Friday. I'm uncaffeinated. This is Captain James Stagg. Now you can see him. Captain James Stagg of the Royal Air Force was in charge of the weather forecast for D-Day. He had another team under him, some folks out of the Norwegian Air Force, also a part of that meteorological team that was putting together the D-Day forecast. And, a lot was going into it. One, when you're compiling, an attack that large, it's really hard to hide that, right? You got all the ships, you got all the people kind of, just right across, right across the inlet over there, and not the inlet, the sea. And with that, it gets hard to hide because the Germans at that time, the Axis powers were all doing their air flights over, and it's an easy thing to spot from the air. So you have to compile that force when it's a little bit gloomier outside. And then if you're trying to get over there, you have to have high tide because, the high tide, you need the ships to be able to get in, drop people off, and get out without getting stranded in some of those shallow beaches. So that was a big thing. They had to have the right forecast for, and June the 6th was looking good. If they didn't get it in June the 6th, they would have had to push it back. I think it was almost a month. And this is just going back to things off the top of my head. I did not read any of this morning, so I'm trying to swing through here and see exactly how it played out. But if they had to push it back a month, there was a really good chance that invasion, the landing force was going to get spotted, and it would have ruined the surprise. So they went with Tuesday, the 6th of June, 81 years ago, and it ended up working out. Good for Captain James Stagg and the rest of the meteorologists for nailing the forecast 81 years ago. Here, unfortunately, it's been a lousy forecast for us. It is June, after all. We made it 4 whole days into June, as we were talking about yesterday. That put us in the top 13% of all driest starts to June. We ended that streak rather abruptly yesterday in most spots. Batesville, a half-inch of rainfall, almost a half-inch of Batavia. These are just the airport readings, or at least some of the sensors out there picking up rainfall. There was, northern Highland County, a flash flood warning got issued there. Radar estimates somewhere between 2 to 3 inches of rainfall in northern Highland County. We saw likely some flooding over in the Oxford area. So again, a lot of spots not officially picking up that rainfall, but some spots did certainly pick up over an inch. We saw some flooding issues out there. Let me make sure I'm streaming too before I get too far. We are on that, and we are on Facebook. We are good to go here on a Friday. We made it to the end of the week. We started off, if you were out early this morning, if you're on your way to work, you probably ran into some fog. At times, it was almost impossible to see downtown just from Newport. So we were seeing some fog issues this morning. It's a lot of moisture in the air, residual left over from what we saw outside, with the rainfall yesterday. But once those temperatures climbed just a bit, that fog dissipated. You see, we just jumped up to 71. The fog was gone. We have some fair weather clouds. These temperatures are out of the Lunken Airport, and look how quick we jumped up to 81 degrees. It is a scorcher out there. Not super hot. I mean, we're not in the 90s, but it's the humidity. It's well above schedule for being as hot as it is. We're seeing some dew points right now in the 70s, mid to upper 70s. It just feels gross outside. You'll feel it. Trust me. If you haven't been outside here in a minute, you're going to go outside, and this is what we call the air you can wear. That is thunderstorm fuel, by the way. We do have a chance to see some strong storms this afternoon. In fact, we have a cluster of storms. Now, most of this rain down there south of Louisville will miss us. But we can't rule out an isolated downpour, too, working our way through the lunch hours. But most of us are going to stay dry until late tonight. That's when our next best chance of rain will start to push in. However, some of those storms, They got a little bit of bark, a little bit of bite. We have a few strong storms, severe storms down there into southwest Kentucky. I guess you'd call it southwest Kentucky, northwest Kentucky maybe. Kentucky's weird because it gets real narrow down there. You don't know if Paducah's northwest or southwest. It's southwest of us, we'll just put it that way, and just southwest of Louisville. Some stronger storms rolling through. A few stray storms, downpours have been pushing through Owen County, but it's, like I said, a little appetizer for what we're going to be dealing with later on this evening. Nothing that you should cancel your plans over. It will not be a washout, but we will have a good chance for some storms later on tonight, so something to keep an eye on there. Slight risk in our southernmost communities, marginal for just about the rest of us, with the exception of northern fringes there of Fayette and Union counties. Tomorrow, that was the tomorrow threat and into Sunday threat, so it's Saturday. The dates are wrong because I didn't update them. But this is for Saturday. It's a marginal risk, and when I say Saturday, these go from pretty much 8 in the morning to 8 in the morning. So this starts 8 in the morning tomorrow, runs through 8 in the morning Sunday. So even though this is a Saturday threat, per se, if you're ignoring the banner, which is wrong because I didn't update it, this is for the day Sunday morning. That's where we're going to see the best chances for some storms. And then we have another chance for some strong storms Monday. Just a busy stretch ahead. If you're going to be out and about, keep the rain gear close by. We have a lot of rain chances, but with that said, again, don't cancel the plans. Just be cautious. Much like last night, there will be dry time too. Your events will likely be good to go. Again, pretty dry right now, but as we work way through the afternoon, storm threat starts to ramp up. I think our best chances for the storms is going to come right around or after sunset tonight. That's when the storms look to be more widespread across the area. Slim chance some of those will be on the strong side, but again, not a washout. A lot of dry time mixed in there. Storms will linger through the early overnight and then will dry out very quickly into Saturday. Yeah, we could see a stray shower or downpour Saturday, but it's going to be more mist than hit. Really nice Saturday shaping up. Saturday night to Sunday, that's where things will start to change again. You can see some of those storms by 4:30 there on the screen, starting to try to redevelop, and they'll become a little bit more widespread. But most of that Sunday action, that's going to be while you're sleeping. It's going to be through the overnight hours. By about midday Sunday, we should start to dry out in most spots. Much like yesterday, and like those rain totals I just showed you, it is going to be a little bit of feast or famine. Some spots might pick up less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. Some spots might pick up more than 1.5 inches of rain. It just depends on where these heavier downpours line up as we work way through the night tonight and into Saturday. So just keep an eye on the skies. If you're in a flood-prone area, these, as you can feel outside, there's a lot of moisture in the air. They'll have a lot to work with. This is a 7:10 first pitch tonight. It is Pride Night. It is Fireworks Friday. We misreported all morning. We haven't had our coffee. I was told there was a drone show. There's not a drone show. It is just fireworks, but that's good enough. Fireworks Friday down to the ballpark, 7:10 first pitch, 75 degrees. Again, if you have plans to head to this, don't cancel the plans. Just be flexible with the time. Just know that you might run into a rain delay. We'll keep a close eye on that for you as we work way through the night. We clear out Saturday. Saturday looks good. Most of the day should be pretty calm, a little cooler, 77 degrees, and mostly dry in the evening, but as you work your way towards the later evening hours, that rain chance ramps up. That's ahead of the Sunday threat. Sunday, 76 degrees, and mostly early threat for that. The later we get in the afternoon on Sunday, the drier we're going to get. So kind of the opposite of what we're seeing outside today, where our best chances are arriving in the afternoon. Looking ahead through Saturday evening, there's that rain starting to push in, becomes widespread through Sunday early in the morning while you're sleeping. Good sleeping weather there Sunday morning, and then we dry back out altogether Sunday night. It looks like a washout. I'm telling you, there's going to be more dry time than not for Sunday. Monday, another wave of rain pushes in because it is our wettest month of the year, and it should look like that, right? Monday, rain pushes in. It's going to be scattered. And then Tuesday, outside of just the slimmest of chances for a shower, we're drying back out. We'll stay dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and hopefully most of Friday next week before another rain chance rolls in next Saturday. So that's a long way down the pipe. But, in between there, with the rain chances numerous, today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, temperatures are going to be a little cooler. Rain cooled mid-70s. Normal now is 80 degrees. So, we're going to be running a little bit below that until we hit the middle of this week, this upcoming work week. That's when we dry back out. Temperatures will jump back up, and then a little taste of summer again by Thursday and Friday. I always do this. You knew it was coming. The second that popped up, you knew that was going to be the morning forecast and not the evening one. Here comes the evening one. It is loading on in. I need coffee. I need a nap. That is where I'm at here on a Friday. And I need to get dress shirts where the sleeves are not extremely long. Messed that up when I was buying that off the Nordstrom rack this past weekend. If you're going to be out and about, that's what I get for getting it on sale. It has extra long sleeves, I guess. 77. That's where we're going to be outside tomorrow. A little cooler again through the first half of the week because of the rain chances, but by Tuesday we're drying back out. Temperatures are on their way back up. 85 by this time next week. Just a slim chance for a storm out there Friday evening. Let's have a look at the comments. I got a heart. That's it so far. Let's take a look at my Facebook page and see if anybody's tuning in out there on a Friday. Maybe you're just out there and enjoying it before the rain pushes in. Let's see what we got going on. Survey says... Nope. Nothing. Not even the sleeves. All right. Well, like we mentioned, 81st anniversary of D-Day. Very important from a weather forecast perspective. D-Day was, a lot could have went wrong. Could not have gone very well if the weather was not favorable for that landing. So good on Captain James Stagg and the team. If you missed out there in the first half, we were kind of talking about that. I don't have everything memorized as much as I wish I did. Let's go all the way to the end. There he is, Captain James Stagg from the RAF, in charge of the big weather forecast on D-Day. If you haven't looked into that history, it is pretty interesting how things just had to go perfectly right. Hello, Cynthia. And it did. Good for us. Be a different world if Captain James Stagg blew the forecast 81 years ago. So good for him and the RAF and everybody else. Norwegians were in on that too, making that weather forecast to make sure everything went right with that landing on June the 6th, 81 years ago today. Weather-wise, one more check of the quick check of the forecast. Again, we do have a slight risk in play for, I know, Cynthia. It's June, though. We got a 4-day stretch there where it was nice to start the month, but it is not going to stay nice for long. It's our wettest month of the year. We typically almost get about 5 inches of rainfall. And since we are only at 0.16 inches of rain for 1/1600ths of an inch for the entire month, that just came yesterday. We have a lot of catching up to do, and we'll try to get some of that in the next couple of days. Slim chance for a strong storm out there later today. Something we'll keep an eye on, especially south of town. Aaron will be in this afternoon. If it warrants it, Steve could come in, but he has the day off, so it's mostly going to be Aaron after I go home, get some lunch, and go to bed. So you'll be able to watch her, check her out this afternoon as storms roll on in. Here's a look at timing, because we have some more people tuning in out there. Hello, Pamela. Happy Friday to you. Cynthia, I'm sorry in advance for what I'm about to show you, which is going to be a lot of rain. So some storms are possible over the next couple hours. We'll see some stray storms rolling on through. Not going to be a washout today. There's going to be plenty of dry time, but the storm chances really start to ramp up after about 4 o'clock. Again, don't cancel your plans. There will be dry time in there. This will not be a washout, much like yesterday's storms. It did rain. Somebody had asked yesterday for the music on the river down at Lawrenceburg, and it did rain. But then it cleared back out, and then they got that in. So, again, much like that, if you have any plans, what is it? Dadgummit, I had it all morning. I'm telling you, I've been out of coffee again since 6 o'clock this morning, so we're hitting the struggle bus. It's not Schützenfest, it's the other one up there. Gosh darn it, I even had plans to go to it. I can see exactly where it is, but now I can't picture the event. Anyway, somebody will hit me up in the comments here and correct me in a second. With the other German festival happening up off of Coleraine Avenue this weekend. You know what it is. Late tonight is when I think we see our best chances for storms around the area, especially around and south of town. And just waiting for that one person to come in and help me out. With the German festival happening tonight. So that's when we'll see our best chances for storms out there. Again, slim chance some of those could be on the strong side. Working our way through early Saturday morning, still some rumbles of thunder through the early overnight, and then we dry back out. Most areas are dry right around or just after sunrise tomorrow. Maybe some lingering showers late morning off of the southeast, but really by the time we hit 10 o'clock, it looks like we're all dry. Rest of Saturday looks real good. There is a slim chance that some storms will try to push back in Saturday at dinner time. This is a new update. Many of the models do not have this, so we'll see how that plays out for Saturday evening. There is another chance tomorrow we could see some strong storms. We'll keep our eyes on that for Saturday. But, I think most of us are still dry Saturday, too. So that's one thing we're going to keep an eye on. I'm looking it up. I'm going to go look it up. I haven't seen anybody chime in yet. Oh, what do we have? Schwabenfest. That's the other one. I don't know it started with an S. No, it's Schwabenfest with the Donna Schwaben folks up there off of, it's at 4290 Dry Ridge Road, but it's up, north of Coleraine. And that's a fun event if you're going to be heading to that. They got plenty of spots, too, if they need to duck inside, so you're not going to be stuck outside in the storms. Just stay cool out there. It's going to be pretty warm if you're heading out tonight or tomorrow. Starts tonight at 5:30. Starts tonight 5:30. Also happening tomorrow. I'm not sure the start time tomorrow, but I know the end time tomorrow is 11, so I'm assuming it runs 5:30 to 11 tonight. Not sure about tomorrow timing-wise. Oh, I have it right here. Hold that thought. 5:30 to 11 tonight, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. for your Saturday. And they do have fantastic food. I've been to that one a couple times. So if you're heading up to that, obviously they got the German beer too. They got live music. They got the dancing going on. So a little bit of everything. It's kind of the start of the spring season, summer season for folks. Getting out and about with the festivals, that's always fun. Fireworks Friday going on. Just be careful with that. Again, just pay attention to the video board if they're telling you to get into the concourse because a storm is rolling in. That's why. You don't want to sit out in the seats for that. I don't see any more questions from anybody. Get out there, enjoy your donut day, the D-Day anniversary, and hopefully you can get out there and enjoy some of the sunshine because we do have some storms rolling in. Won't be everybody, but there will be some out there. So we'll try to keep you updated. I'll throw this 7-day up one more time for you, the correct one. If it loads. It won't load. Let me take a sip of water, then it'll load. There it is. Again, a lot of active weather. It's an unsettled pattern here through Monday and next week, this upcoming work week. But by Tuesday, we should be drying back out, and then we'll start to warm back up. Enjoy the sunshine where you can. If you can, put up your yard work. You can do that this weekend. If you can do that, it won't be too long before the sun comes back out. We'll dry out Tuesday for most of us, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday all look pretty good next week. But the longer you wait into next week, it will be pretty warm. 83 Thursday, 85 on Friday with that increased humidity. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Catherine, here's the best news of the day. It's been bad news, Brad, all week. Catherine is back next week. It's not good news for her. That means her vacation's over. But it is good news for you. That means you don't have to put up with me, the grumpus, through the morning show. So you'll get a little bit of better weather, hopefully, as she arrives back next week. I switched to evenings because now we're switching vacations. So I'm all over the place. You're stuck with me regardless. It's just a different time of the day. Get out there, enjoy your weekend, enjoy some sunshine and some cooler temperatures, rain-cooled temperatures into next week, everybody.